everybody. What an energetic crowd.
I know. Hi, guys. Nice to see you this evening.
Nice to see you. Nice to be here. So here's the deal. So we're just going to have a good time tonight. It's a very relaxed show. My name is Jonathan Levitt.
And I'm Kasey Lansdale.
You got applause.
That's right.
It's fantastic.
Say your name again.
It's Kasey. It's Kasey. Say your name again.
Jonathan. Go ahead.
It's not important. Now, here's the deal. I really am just kind of along for the ride, right? This is really a Lansdale weekend. We are celebrating your father, Joe Lansdale. Woo! My good friend. Tomorrow we have your documentary screening.
Yes.
Along with a classic.
Bubba Hotel.
It is a full Lansdale palooza.
Yeah, it is. And a little Jew thrown in. So we thought it would be great to share the stage. This is the first time that Kasey and myself are sharing a stage together.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
No pressure.
We've never done that before. Wow. And we're doing okay. We're doing okay. So far, we're doing okay. All right. So, but we are madly in love.
Oh. Isn't it cute?
That's magic.
That's the real magic. That's the real magic. So we thought we would do a show together. I'll be doing the magic.
And I'll be doing the music.
But we thought, since we're doing it together, it would make sense that I do a little bit of music. Right? We do one song.
And I'm going to do a little bit of magic. Okay. So we're going to start off with the easy stuff and then work our way up to the harder stuff from there. Sound good? Okay. Yeah. All right.
Hold on a second, Rick. Have a seat. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Yeah, you were. You know what I realized? They don't want to hear me sing. So we should stick to what we just individually do best. So I'm going to give you this. I'm going to take that. And I'm going to do the magic. Okay? All right. All right, thanks. Hey, enjoy the show. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate you being here. And we're just going to have a great time. Okay?
So I want to introduce.
I should not be here for the introduction.
Yeah, you shouldn't be here. Go away. Be free. Be free. I want to introduce to you not only Jonathan Levitt, as he is known, but he is my boyfriend. So that's true. I know. This is my one little moment to brag on my bae. And he has been on every network that is out there, and so many that when I was looking at the list, I was like, I'll never remember them all. So I'm just going to wing it. But I know it's ABC, NBC, Fox, VH1. He has hosted, he has magicked, he has acted on all of these networks. He's also a magic consultant. He has done magic consultation for major films such as Burt Wonderstone's Now You See Me. He was Steve Carell's Little Hands. This magic is apparently hard. So when I said to him, hey, I'm going to learn a magic trick, and I tried to do it, I realized magic is hard. So apparently also for Steve Carell. Now You See Me, different television shows. So he's a very busy boy. He's also a regular performer at the Magic Castle in Hollywood, which for those, yes, it's a great place if you don't know what it is. It is the mecca of magic in LA. It is like the Grand Ole Opry for me. So please help me welcome and introducing Jonathan Levitt.
Hey. That's it's
all right,
really
wait for it. This is okay.
Kasey Lansdale. Okay. This is Amity. Amity. I was close though. For that, you've got to give me a little bit.
I give you a lot of credit.
Amity, you're going to help me just for a minute. I really appreciate you being here. Just for this opening bit, I want your help. Okay? Because you are going to be a little bit of the eyes of the audience. You're going to help me just a little bit. Okay? All right. I thought we would start off with some of the easy stuff, and then build up, and then go on to the hard magic. Is that okay? Sure. Yeah. You did have the line down, at least. All right. We'll do this. So I thought we would start with the mind reading and move on from there. Great. Amity, did I get it right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Would you just quickly say stop for me?
Stop.
Look at the card, remember it, burn it in your mind. Do you have that card?
Yes.
Do not forget that card. I'm serious.
All right.
So not kidding.
Gonna work on that.
All right. Really build a picture of that card in your mind. Got it? Good. Excellent. Thanks. Sir, what's your name? Richard. Richard, I'm Jonathan. How are you? Richard, do you have a left thumb?
Left thumb?
Yeah. All right, Richard, you're going to take your left thumb, reach into the corner of the cards, pull back, look at that card, and remember it. Got it? Oof. Did you get it? You're making me just a little nervous. All right. So you got the card in mind. All right, don't forget it. Think of its high or low. Build a picture of that card in your mind. All right. You going to remember it? Fantastic. Richard, right? Awesome. Okay. Hey, Rick. We've never met before, right?
No.
Great. Rick, you're going to help me as well. You're going to take any card you want. And actually, let me make this perfect for you. I'm so sorry. You'll take, perfect. Any card, slide it out, but not look at it just yet. Do you understand?
I know.
All right.
Push it back in, would you?
All right, I'm going to turn around because I don't want to see the card. I want no information about that card at all. I'll turn around, you'll look at the card, you'll remember it, you'll burn it in your mind, and we'll go from there, okay?
Yeah, I had a couple of margaritas.
Oh, and then when you put it back in, Rick, you should show it to Phyllis. And close this up. Okay? Great, thanks. Did you? Wow, so everybody's late. That's great. Great. Best way to do magic. Everybody intoxicated except for the magician. Did you put it back in?
Yes.
Did he close up the desk?
Yes.
Can I turn back around?
Yes.
Is that fair, Rick?
Absolutely.
Totally fair. I haven't done anything, right? All right, good. So you've got a card in mind. You've got a card in mind. You've got a card in mind. That's 3. Who else? Let's do one. Who else wants a card? Who else? Anybody? Anybody want a card? You want a card?
Sure.
So eager. What is your name?
Judy.
Judy. Just look and see one, okay?
Just look and see.
Yeah, you got one? I know.
Wait a minute.
You got one?
Starting.
I know. Did you have one? Did you get one?
Yeah.
Is it it's not the bottom one, is it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay. Is it?
It's not.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what I saw, but I know the color.
This is fantastic. I'm off to a roaring start. Yeah. So basically, you're either drunk or you can't see,
I don't drink that.
or you can't see. Who can't hear? Tell me who can't hear.
What?
There we go. All right, look, here's the deal. I don't even know what we're doing. I basically have 4 cards freely chosen in the most fair way possible. Would you agree?
Yes.
And now we're going to do a little bit of mind reading, okay? A little bit of mind reading. So, you have a black card? Thank you so much. You have a black card as well? Yes?
No.
Wait, don't tell me! Is it red?
Yeah. I'm amazed.
You ever read mine before? It's not easy. Back to you. Richard. You have a black card?
Yes.
Is your card a spade?
Yes.
Richard, is your card the 10 of spades? It is. That's 1. I'm reading mine, sir. Nothing from you? Nothing. All right. To you. Rick, you have a black card?
Yes.
Is it a club?
No.
That's great. I'm betting 1,000. Not a club. Did you pick the Joker?
I did.
Aha! The Joker. That's two. Thank you so much. That was not easy. Because you're a joker yourself. I see what was happening. Because I was like, well, he's a joker. That must be it. Well, I got yours. I got yours. No idea, no clue. But I got two. Thank you so much. I read two people's minds. What does it take with you people? If I read one mind, it would have been a miracle, right? I read two. That's not easy. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really do feel bad about this. For my own edification, would you mind telling me what your card was? The Nine of Spades? Are you serious? What if I told you that you were sitting on the Nine of Spades?
Oh, I would be impressed.
Yeah, that would be good. If you don't look, I'm going to. Come on! I got three! Thank you.
And you read more than my mind.
My girlfriend's in the audience. I feel terrible about yours, but come on, let's be honest. It was dark. It was very dark.
It's hard to read my mind.
I know.
Yeah.
What was
But
yours?
I can't do it.
What was it? I'm just curious.
8 of diamonds.
Oh, jeez. Was it really?
Yeah.
The Eight of Diamonds?
Yeah. Oh, get out of town.
I know!
No way. No way.
If this card was the card that she was just thinking of, that'd be a pretty good trick. Miracle! What does it take with you people? One card out of the millions of possibilities of cards. The millions of possibilities of cards. Every day they print millions of cards. I'm right about this. If this one card was the card she was just thinking of, that'd be pretty good. The Ten of Diamonds, you said?
8.
That would have been pretty good. That's what I thought. The Eight of Diamonds.
Yay!
Thanks very much. Let's go forward. Sit down and take a nice hand. All right, that's just a little warm up, right? A little warm up. Okay, so I thought let's get to the real stuff. Let's get to the real stuff. I need somebody to. Would you help me? A nice hand. Nice to see you, buddy. Keith, thanks for helping me out, man. Here's the deal. People tell us, as performers, that we should mix our passions. And for me, believe it or not, I always wanted to be a math teacher. It's true. You didn't know that, right? It's true. I wanted to teach high school math. I love math. So I thought we would do something with numerology. Okay? Numerologists say we're all, you look very scary today. Numerologists say we're all born with a single-digit lucky number. And these numbers have personalities, right? So 1 is a leader, 2 is a peacemaker, myself, I'm a 6, I'm a caretaker. So each of these have personalities. Would you say that you have a lucky number?
Sure.
Would you say your lucky number is?
Let's go with 7.
7? Now 7 is a philosopher. How do you feel about that?
I'm honored in philosophy.
You know what? I minored in philosophy. Hey, that's cool. All right, so we're going to try a little experiment with numerology, okay? Okay, I need you were going to help me with some numbers, okay? So here's what I have. I have a bag full of numbers. We have number 52, 45, 68, a bunch of numbers, well over 100 numbers in here, okay? All right, I'm going to ask you just to reach in and grab a number.
Popcorn with butter.
That's awesome.
Be nice to your props.
They're just cards with numbers on it. Got one? No, I don't want to know you. I'm going to take a number. You go pick a number. So what have you got there?
Looks like 110,
110, hang on.
4011,
110.
133,
Let's hold that one for later. What are the other two?
55,
55,
and 13.
13. Okay, so 3 numbers. We'll use the other one for in a moment. 110, 55, and 13. So here's what a numerologist does. They try to get to a single digit number, and that becomes the number they're focused on. In this case, our lucky number. Okay? So we add these up. 5 and 3 is 8. 5, 6, and 7, 1. There we go. And then we take these and we simplify. So 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 8 equals 16. Then we simplify further. We take 1 plus 6 equals... Coincidence? Woo! Probably a coincidence. Probably a coincidence. But that is interesting. You would pick numbers out of a bag, and they would add up to the number that you thought is your lucky number. That's what numerologists dig. That's what I did. Right? We're going to take this a little step further. We're going to play around with that other number that you picked. What did you say it was?
133.
We'll use 133. Okay? So we're going to play around with 133. I'm going to create something that numerologists call a magic square. Now, some of you may have seen this before. Don't be fooled by the name magic. It's just a square of numbers. It's actually a mathematical thing that a lot of mathematicians like to play around with. There are different magic squares that they can create, but ultimately it's about creating just a random grouping of numbers just coming out of my head like a opium-filled night at my place. Really, they're just random. They're just a stream of consciousness, and maybe some of these numbers will relate to you. Maybe something will mean something to you. Maybe it won't. But that's it. Boom. Okay. Good. Magic square. Now, here's the concept of a magic square. It's a bunch. This is a 4x4 square. There are different squares. There's 16 numbers there. I just threw numbers down on the page, but I built this for you on the fly. Okay. I made this square for you. Okay. And your number that you chose out of that bag. Okay. So here's how a magic square works. 16 numbers seemingly at random, but are they at random? That is the question. Here's what we did. We look at the columns. 28 and 84 is 102. Right? 112. Plus 2, God, I must have been good with 2, is 114. 114 and 19 is 133.
No way.
I know, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. So, but I went farther. It's actually all the columns. So 18 and 3 is 21. 21 and 80 is 102. And 31 is 133. One farther. 83 and 29 is, what is that? 112 plus 20, you should know that, right? Is 120 plus 1 is 133. And then finally, 17 and 4 is 21. 30 is 51. And 82 is 133. Thanks. I did it on the fly, which is quite impressive, for the number you picked. But it's not just the columns, it's the rows. 28 and 18 is 46. 46 and 4 is 50, 50, and 83 is 113. And 84 and 3 is 87. 87 and 29 and 17 is 133. And boom, 81 and 20 is 101, and 3 and 2 is 103, and 3 is 133. And then finally, 19 and 1 is 20, 20 and 31 is 51, and 82 is 133. Thank you so much. I love this for you. But I didn't stop there. You see, it's not just the rows and columns, it's the corners. 28 and 18. 28 and 3 is 31. 31 and 18 is 39. 39 and 84 is 133. And these corners, 83 and 4 is 87, and 17 and 29 is 133. 30 and 82 and 30 is 112. 20 and 1 is 133. And finally, 81 and 19 is 1, and 31 and 2 is 133. Thank you so much. And the fourth middle one, 101, and 104, and 29 is 133. I built this for you. You're welcome. But it's not just those, it's anything. Look, these two and these two add up to 133. These two and these two add up to 133. The diagonals, 29 and 4 is 33. 33 and 81 and 19 is 133. Everything adds up to 133. I made this for you. And the number you picked, 133. Good for you. But I didn't didn't stop there. You see, there is one number that is unique to all of us, and that is our birthday. That is what numerologists really focus on. Do you mind sharing with us your birthday?
April 20th.
Hold on, what is it?
April 20th.
April
4/28.
28, 1982? 1982. That's your birthday, right? Here's how a numerologist truly gets your lucky number. Look, we add 4 and 28 is 32. 32 and 19 is 51. 51 and 82 is 133. I built this square for you. And look, 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. Your lucky number. Coincidence? I don't think so. But I built this for you, for your lucky number, 7, and for your birthday. Keep April 28, 1982. April 28, 1982. That is your square, your lucky number. A nice hand for my friend Keith. Thanks a lot, man. That is really, really hard. Really, really hard. Okay. Please. What was I doing? Okay. Thanks, Keith. Keith. All right. What's that?
You're shaking me up, man.
Chuck, you okay, buddy?
Hey, you're freaking me out a little bit.
Is that right?
In a good way.
Good, 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 good. It's just math. Just math. It's easy. Let's take it away from math and make it more about magic. I love those CSI shows. Do you watch those CSI shows? Nobody watches them anymore. It used to be. We had CSI Miami and New Orleans and New York and all the, right? CSI in Idaho, I think, was a big one. But all those crime shows, whether it's CSI or any of the crime shows that are on TV now, I've always noticed, I love watching them, that it's about solving the crimes using DNA. Have you noticed that? Right? So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do magic using DNA? Yeah, okay. I need somebody to help me here. Let's see. I know you're shying away. Would you help me just for a moment? Thank you so much. A nice hand for Jeanette. Thanks, Jeanette. Come here. I'm going to have you step up. I appreciate it very much. Jeanette, we're going to try a little card trick using a little bit of DNA. We'll figure that out. Well, that is the universal sign for pick a card. I really can't. That's really. You know what? You should look at it. I don't want to see it. You're going to look at that card. You'll remember it. You'll burn it in your mind. Okay? You done that? I'm going to turn back around for a second. Jeanette, now here's the deal. My job is to figure out that card. That's really the job of the magician. Oh, that's so great. That's so great.
Did you hear me?
As a matter of fact, I did. And that's offensive.
Don't let your girlfriend get
Yeah. You see what you do? Oh my God. Jeanette, please. You're making this much more difficult for me later on. Jeanette, you have a card in mind, right? Okay, my job is to tell you the card. Well, we need to mark the face of that card in some way so we can identify it later on, should it be necessary to do so. Wow. Well, we do want to put your DNA on there. So, I'll tell you what, why don't you kiss it? Okay, so I'm going to kiss the face of the card, not the back. Right? I'm going to turn around, and I want you to kiss the face. Plant a good one on the face of the card. Go.
I pretend it's you.
I Is it the light? Is it the lights? It's so hot up here. I tell you what, I love Santa Fe. I love the people here. I love it. We will be back. Jeanette, did you kiss it?
I kissed it.
Did she kiss it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Now,
did French kiss it, but I kissed it.
wow. Wow. I have to tell you, it's not even like this in LA. Jeanette, you picked a card, you kissed it. Now, I don't know, are you not wearing lipstick, are you? Did you leave a mark on the face of that card?
I don't think so.
Okay, but okay, so here's
I
what we're
had
gonna
some, but I think I wore off because I was kissing my husband right before we came back.
Okay, listen, whatever floats your boat. All right, so I'm gonna ask you to put your name on the face of that card. Okay, so that we can identify it later on the face of it. But what we really care about, Jeanette, is the DNA. And as we know, even if you didn't leave a mark, the DNA is still there. We know that.
They only write my name?
Where's your husband?
Should I get a divorce after that?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I've been putting up with her antics for 40 years.
Oh, no. Let me tell you, you are delightful, by the way. And I've been doing this effect. If everybody was like you, I'd be a happy man. That's right. Because they're not all like you, and you're amazing. Jeanette, do you remember your card? You've signed the card, and more importantly, you put your DNA on the card. Correct? I'm not lying. Thanks for the trust. All right, stay here. Because now my job is to figure out what your card is. Okay? And I think I can do that if you kiss me.
I don't know this man. This wasn't prearranged.
Wait a second, wait a second. My girlfriend is right in the audience.
She thinks I'm just an older woman. You probably don't even know what older women.
I'll trade you.
When did the show go off the rails? I've got a better idea here. Look, for your protection, I mean really, and it's really for us.
Oh, all right.
Kiss me through the glass. See, that's better, right?
I'll take what I got.
Right? Exactly. We probably should clean this thing. Would you pick a wet nap, any wet nap? Is that the one you want, or you want to change your mind?
No, I like
You can have any one you want. All right.
I'm not that picky. It's not that often I get to kiss a young man. I don't know, this has been good for me. She's like, oh, you're super lips.
Oh, or that. Okay.
Now he has my DNA for you.
Yes, I do. I will be using it. This is not the way it's supposed to go.
Then you never heard that one.
You're amazing! Wow, look at that. You can really see the DNA. That's my nose, but that's the DNA. All right, look, if you look in the upper left quadrant, you'll always see the color of the card. Yeah, black, red, black.
It is black.
If you look in the upper right corner, you'll always see the suit. Oh, club. It's club?
It is black. I don't see it.
It's right there. And then if you look I'm the only magician in the world to do magic with DNA. Just so you know.
There's a reason for that. It's very complicated.
It is very, it's not easy. The bottom lip always shows you the value. Oh, five.
It is a five.
5 of clubs, is that your card? Magic with DNA! You know what? You've been fantastic. I don't even know what to say. I'm really just, it's just really messing around just to get you up here. But I wanted to give you a parting gift. Your very own wet nap. Yeah. Then when you want to change your mind.
Oh, I like this.
You should let that. By the way, wet nap. Can I see that?
It's been pre-moistened.
It's been pretty moist. Wow. Wet nap when you don't have time for the whole dream. I wasn't going to say it, but clearly I know the level of this crowd.
What never did you meet?
Yeah. It was a anyway. So here, so you picked a card and you put your DNA on the card.
I did.
Then you picked a wet nap and you put your DNA on the wet nap.
I did.
Right, and on this one too.
I did.
And what's cool is that she picked the only wet nap that has a card.
No.
Yes!
I'm amazing.
Amazing. Inside. Open that up. Does, oh my God. Does that have your DNA?
Should I see?
Yes. Show that. That's her card! Hey, can I try something? So I was, you have totally thrown me off. So people ask me all the time how I got into magic, and the answer is that my dad was a magician. And actually, do you mind if I do something different that I wasn't planning on doing?
We don't know.
Yeah, I can help this. I'm a pretty transparent guy. You know what? I want to try something. I was going to end with something, which I think I still will. But I want to try something. I feel this is a very artistic town. This theater brings out the artist in you. And I've been doing magic for 40 years. And in that period of time, we're always in control, right? That's the job of the magician. Always. I knew I was going to get all 4 cards at the beginning, by the way. That's my job. So I knew it, right? So that's what we do, we're always in control. But as an artist, to be out of control is the most fun. So I'd like to try something that I really was not planning on doing, something that I have really never done before, something you probably have never seen before, you probably won't see again, and something that I'm not afraid to tell you probably will not work. Is that okay? All right. Because look, we can't go out on a limb, right? And if we are going out on a limb, there's a good chance things don't always fly the way we intend them to, right? So we're going to try this, and it's okay because I have something else to end with. Okay? So it doesn't really matter, but I feel like we're friends now. Really good friends. So I'm going to try something here, okay? Would you say your name for me again?
Louis.
Louis. Would you spell it for me?
L-O-I-C.
Oh, I got that. That part was out. No, Louis. Nice to meet you. Will you help me? I'm going to have you do this. I'm going to have you pick a card. Okay. Any card, put it right there. Anyway. Really? Oh, no. You don't know that. Okay. So, let me explain the mechanics of a card trick. You pick a card, I tell you what it is. That's kind of it, right? And that's what we've done all along, right? At the beginning, we did a little mind reading, but was it really mind reading, or was it psychology? Was it intuition? Was it just skill? Was it really mind reading? But at the end of the day, I tell you what the card is, right? You know, you and I, we had our thing. We'll always have it, right? But at the end of the day, I told you what your card is. So the idea is to tell you what your card is. Okay? Did you look at it yet? No. Okay, I'm going to turn around. I want you to look at the card. I want you to remember it. In fact, I want you to show it to everybody, okay? And I want you all to remember the card. Put a picture of the card in your mind. Say it over and over in your head if you have to. It might be a moment before we come back to it, okay? So really remember the card. Can you do that for me? Okay, would you do that, please? Go ahead. Did you just get up and do that? Thank you. Did you all see it?
Yeah.
Do you remember it? Okay. So, Louis, oh, yeah. Do you remember it? Well, I'm going to leave it there, just in case you need to refresh your memory, okay? So, the idea is to tell you your card. but I don't want to be in control of the situation. Everybody here knows the card. I don't, right? But we need to tell it to you. But I don't want to be the one to do it. I thought it would be more interesting to have somebody else tell you your card. Somebody that I don't know, somebody that you don't know, somebody that none of us knows. Okay? So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we called a total stranger?
Sure.
What do you think? Should we do it? How do you feel right now, right? You feel, you're smiling, right? You're smiling, you're like, ooh, right? It feels good, doesn't it? Because you were taught never to do this as a kid, right? But I'm going to give us permission to do it. We're going to call somebody at random. We're going to ask, we're not going to try to sell them anything. We're not going to ask for money. We're just going to ask them to name your card. Okay? All right. So we're going to call somebody at random. Sir, give me an area code. Where should we call?
505.
Where is that? Oh, is that here? Okay. So we're going to call Santa Fe, or New Mexico. Okay. Rick, give me 505. Okay, we're going to call somebody at random here in Santa Fe. Is it Santa Fe or New Mexico in general? So we're going to call somebody in New Mexico. Okay, we're just going to do it. Give me 3 numbers.
Well, then it has to be.
Give me 2 numbers. Give me 2 numbers. Does anybody know that person? That'd be a good trick. So we're going to call them, and we're going to ask them to name your card. What do you think? I mean, this is crazy, right? And remember, there's a good chance this ain't going to work, okay? Chris, you back there?
He's there.
Oh, there you are. Is this on? Can I use this? Okay, just so you can all hear, okay? I'm going to use this mic. And we're going to call this number. Do you want to talk to me or you want me to?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
No.
Okay, so we're going to call them, and if they answer, we'll ask them to name your card. You remember the card? Okay. Do you want to press the button?
You want to call?
We'll just hit the button.
I mean,
You have no problem calling a stranger. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right?
I'm sure there's a friend you haven't met.
That's actually not true, but that's interesting.
That's very true.
Your call cannot be completed.
Oh.
We should use a local prefix like 231 or 577.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or we can call any place in the country. Any place in the country. Let's do it one more time. If it doesn't work, I'm moving on. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Give me an area code.
608.
Where is that?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Let's call Wisconsin. Okay, give me 608. Okay, good? All right, give me 3 numbers. Chuck, right?
Yeah.
2 numbers. You're now an accomplice, by the way. 2 numbers. Should we do it?
Do it.
Are you from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Do you know that person?
Not at all.
That'd be good, though. You know, there's actually 9 million possibilities of 7-digit numbers, so that would be amazing. All right, we're going to call them, and we're going to see. Speaker. Do you remember the card?
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost you. Do you need the area code again?
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Hi. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. I'm so discombobulated. Don't hang up. My name is Jonathan. This is not a prank call. Who am I talking to?
When you say it's not a prank call, now I think it's not a prank call.
No. Listen. Let me explain. I'm sorry. I hope we didn't catch you at a bad time. Here's the deal.
Well, I was online with tech support. I'm having computer problems, so I thought you were, but you're not. So I don't know who this
No. Let me. Right. This is going to sound really weird, and it's going to sound like a prank, and it's not. My name is Jonathan Levitt. We are here in Santa Fe. I don't know if you've been to Santa Fe, New Mexico, but we are at a theater called the Jean Cocteau Theater, and don't hang up, I am a magician. Do not hang up. I am a magician doing a magic show in front of an audience. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Steve.
What did you say? Steve. My name is Jonathan, and okay, so this here's the deal, buddy. I am a magician. We're doing a magic show in front of that audience. We called you at random as part of sort of an experiment, and we want to try a magic trick, and we want you to take part in it. Will you help us?
Yeah, I will, but are you on an iPhone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we FaceTime? I need to confirm this.
Should we do it?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, you okay with that?
I'll do it.
It was his idea.
If we confirm this isn't a prank.
Do it. Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
All right, I'm FaceTiming you.
I don't know if it'll work.
That's amazing. Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Steve,
Steve, listen, my name is Jonathan, okay? My name is Jonathan. I'm a magician, so not a prank call, and I'm doing a magic show. This is your audience. I can't believe you picked up the phone. But listen, I'm sorry about your tech problems, but
I wouldn't have picked up. I thought you were my tech guy.
It's magic.
well,
I'm glad I did though. This is cool. It's weird. It's cool.
can you hear this out there?
Yeah.
All right, Steve, it is weird. It's not something I've ever done before. It's weird, right? So
You're very dressed up.
it's sort of the way I roll. Jeanette likes it. Okay, so here's the deal. We called you at random, okay? All these people.
How did you get my phone number?
We made it up.
We made it up. So different people put in different numbers, and we came up with a phone number to get you in Wisconsin.
Wow, that's weird. Okay.
And Loic here, say hi. His name is Loic. Say hi to Loic.
Hi.
Hi, Louis.
Yes, Louis.
It's French.
Hi.
It's French. So
Yeah, I figured.
yeah. So Loic, here's the deal. Steve, Loic picked a
Wait,
call.
is it important? I knew it was French. Why did you pick that up?
It's an inside joke. All right. So, we're all friends here, right? At this point. Steve, do you know the cards in a deck of playing cards?
Yes, I play poker, yes.
All right, so Loic here picked a card in a deck of playing cards, okay?
Okay.
You are going to tell us what card Loic picked.
I'm gonna
Yeah, do you all remember the card?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to tell us, but here's how. Look, it might not work. Good chance it won't. All I want you to do is think of a card in the deck of cards. Just think of any card.
Okay.
Do you have one?
Yep. Just say it out loud.
Hold on. Yeah. Say it out. Say that you have a card in mind?
Yeah.
Say it out loud so we all can hear it.
5 of diamonds.
Oh my God, that's it! That's amazing! That's Steve, you're incredible, buddy. Totally incredible.
It's so weird. I don't know what's happening right now.
Hey, this applause is for you. What's that?
Sorry, I gotta go. I think the tech's calling me right now.
Okay, all right. Wow, okay. Thanks for letting me do that. Thank you very much. So my dad was a magician. I know, crazy, right? That was weird, right? You okay, Chuck?
We're having some trouble.
Yeah.
Do you know if his tech problem got fixed?
We can call him back.
Kasey, can I go for another 5 minutes?
Do it.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. And then we're going to I'm gonna do one. That was really fun. Thank you very much, and I'll never do that again. I'm going to do one more thing for you. We're going to take a little 5-minute break while Kasey comes up and sets, and then we're going to come back and listen to some great music, okay? Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so people do ask all the time how I got into magic, and the answer is that my dad was a magician, and that is true. And when I was in 3rd grade, I was 8 years old, I found some of his magic props in the bottom drawer of a dresser in our basement in St. Louis, Missouri, where I grew up, and the rest is history. But here's what I'm proud of. When I was in 3rd grade, my dad and I together, we came up with a solution. We worked on this together as a team. A solution to the greatest puzzle in history.
Oh, I got you.
Who does? You do?
Wait, do it.
I know you can. You think I don't know that? I know you can. You were probably one of the only people here that can do it. But here's the thing. My father and I really did come up with a solution to the cube. This is all true. And you have to remember, there was no YouTube at the time. This is 40 years ago that we did this. And we literally sat down, worked our way up from the bottom up, and we figured out how to solve the cube. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, which I then lost, but we solved it, right? And in fact, I remember going into school in 3rd grade. I used to go into school. My fellow classmates would come into school with their cubes in hand. They would line up down the hallway during recess. This is a true story. I would stand at one end of the hallway. One at a time, they would walk up to me. They'd hand me the cube. I'd solve it. I'd hand it back to them. And then they would go out and play. But I charged them $1 to do it. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. By the time I hit 6th grade, I had made $58,000. But like any good chess player can tell you how many moves are left in a game, I can tell you that this cube has 6 moves left to solve it. 7. Sorry, 7 moves. 7 moves left to solve it. I think so. Should we see? All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is. Wow. Thanks. No. Oh.
Do we owe you $1 now?
Yes. Yes, you do. Thanks, Joe. I'll get it at the intermission. That's fantastic. But you know, that was 40 years ago. You know, times are different now. Can you mix it?
No, I've never even held one of these things in my hand.
Would you give Rick a nice hand of applause?
I have no idea how they work, I don't know anything about them.
Wow. I have such a hard time believing that about you. You have done everything in this world.
No, not that.
Okay.
Do the last thing.
Okay. I'm going to bring you into this. All right, look, you can turn this cube in any direction you want. Okay. All right. Any of these will turn. What you want to be careful of is not to turn it when it's like this. Otherwise, you will break the cube.
Okay.
Always keep it square as you turn it. You understand? Okay. But you can turn both sides if you want, 2 sides, but always as long as it's square.
Okay.
Okay. Now look, Rick, I'm not going to ask you to solve this. Okay. Oh, by the way, I should mention, I went back to my childhood home about 3 years ago. That's how I could pick this up again. I went back in my old room, which has been in Kasey, and I found this. This is that original piece of paper that I wrote that solution on. I found
Wow.
And that's true, and that is how I solved the cube, and that's what I wrote down when I was in 3rd grade. And that inspired me to pick the cube up and start doing it. You know, so that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to ask you to solve it, but I'm going to ask you to mix it. Okay? Now, in a moment, you're going to mix this cube. Not yet. Okay? It's not a competition. But while you're mixing that cube, I will be solving my cube. Okay? So here's how it works. Okay? I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. During that time, you can mix it as much as you want. When I reach 1, you will stop mixing it, and we'll stop. Okay? I'll be solving mine while you're mixing yours. Got it. Now, I'm pretty good at this. So I think it only makes sense that I solve my cube behind my back. That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to do it. Are you ready?
I am
I'm
ready.
going to put my hands behind my back. Not you. You're going to mix yours. I'm going to solve mine. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. Are you ready?
Yes.
5! Sorry. Woo! You good? Aha! Just trying to throw you off for a little bit. Okay, are you good? All right.
Yes.
Okay. 5. Keep it square. 4. You're doing great. Good mixing.
Thank you.
Very good. 3. Very meticulous. 2.
Practicing forever.
And 1. Good job. That's great. I'm still going because I'm cheating. No! No, you did great. I asked you to mix it. You did a wonderful job. Really, really good. And while you were mixing yours, I was trying to solve mine. How'd I do? Wow, what laughter. There are different ways to solve a cube. I mean, the traditional way is to make all the colors match on all the sides. But the less traditional way is to watch somebody mix their cube and then match one side of a mixed cube. Which I did. It's a smattering of applause. It's pretty amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, I got 2 sides. 3 sides. You know where this is going. I got 4 sides. Look closely, I got 5 sides. And look, that is 6 sides. A perfect match. Yeah. You know what? I'm feeling pretty good at this. To end this off, I am going to solve this cube one more time. This time I'll do it behind my back, but this time with only one hand. That's right. Probably should do this. For people like you all the time, I'd be so happy. You're amazing. What a wonderful group of folks you are, and thanks for welcoming us here, and I so appreciate it. But it is really my pleasure to take 5 minutes and then bring up the love of my life, Kasey Lansdale. So we're just going to reset this, give us 5 minutes outside, and then come back in and we'll do the show, okay? We'll see you soon.